David was just a piece of tape to us. He just sent a little tape in and we listened to it amidst quite a few others. And quite honestly, he was the only one that had the vaguest sort of knowledge about what he was doing. That was only 4 bars. He sent about a 15-minute tape in. About 30 seconds of it were good. The rest was rubbish. But you could tell from that 30 seconds with a bit of work it was there.
Very, very, very bluesy. The great tone that he had, and untapped. That David would be an amazing, performer for us. So hence we got that 2 northern guys, soulful rock guys singing together. And David will probably tell you that one of his influences was Paul Rodgers at an early age. So it was a great thing.
David had talent in bucket loads, and we saw that immediately, I think. What a hard job to step into Ian Gillan's shoes, although he actually brought his own shoes, let us say. I mean, Ian, like, thin, handsome, hippie-looking dude, with all the moody qualities required, and there was David, a trouser salesman from North Yorkshire, stepping into those, standing in front of the same mic. It was a hard job.
David was a guy that we all thought had the qualities to go all the way, and a very bright man, very funny, and had a great, great tone to his voice. So, and he also had a tremendous thirst for this. We could see that. And I thought it was the greatest thing that Purple ever did, was to have an unknown guy come in, because it was a very ballsy thing to do.
I think one of the miracles of rock and roll music history is how incredibly quickly David Coverdale took to being the lead singer of an immensely popular band from nowhere. More power to him for that. Immense courage, and immense ability, of course, it goes without saying. I mean, within just months of him joining Deep Purple, he'd made one of the best Deep Purple albums and was appearing in front of upwards of 400,000 people at the California Jam. That's some chutzpah, that is. The man had immense courage.
Hanging out was a big thing for David and I, talking music, listening to music, becoming friends, and that relationship has stood the test of time all these years. And I'm the only one that David hangs out with, and he's the only one I hang out with, so that is good to go.
I think to be a successful front-line man, guitarist or singer in a rock and roll band, especially one that achieves stadium rock status, I think you have to have an ego. You have to have a talent to support that ego. But I don't see, you can't be a shrinking violet and stand in front of 250,000 people and sell the music properly. It wouldn't work. Look at the greats that achieved it, from Jagger to Freddie Mercury and onwards. This is, it's all about ability and ego married in the right proportion. And I think David Coverdale had that.
I think, the wedding of the Appetite would have been down at Clearwell Castle in Gloucester when we, the bonding of the band, before we went to the studio. This is so important that we could become friends. But remember now, you got 2 new guys in the band, and it was an integral part that the band was now fresh and new again. Something that Blackmore has relished all through his career, is having new lifeblood. After a couple of years, he likes to change musicians, and this was no different.
You only have to listen to Burn and say, yeah, that guy had chutzpah.
Cities ablaze, the stars on fire, woman's flames are reaching higher. We were fools, we grown a liar. Is
You couldn't really have two guys come in that sounded like Roger and Ian Gillan. It wouldn't have been the right thing to do, you know. So having two guys come in that had a different aspect of singing and playing was a big major key for the album that was to become Burn.
Morning came, no one came, others sinking was stood instead. When it came, no one was spared. Still
Burn was a fortunate album. It was absolutely the right album, because all those that said, "Oh, what's going to happen to them now? Gillan's gone," you know, heard Burn and went, "Whoa, okay, so they are going to be all right."